Season 1, Episode 6, titled Something for the Gram. Ladies and gentlemen, I go by the name The Black Abstract. If you're new to my channel, I urge you to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so we can do this again. When anything that's hot in the culture comes about, whether it's new shows, new music, fight videos, anything ratchet, just anything in the culture that's popping at the time. So this episode is about the aftermath of what happened last episode. As we know, our main characters went through some turbulent times when they went to the Big Apple. It didn't turn out too good for our city girls per se, or our Miami girls, I should say. We know that Shauna went through a breakup with her boyfriend of a couple of years, and Mia, and we don't know what she went through, but we do find out on this episode exactly what happened. We just know that things didn't work out as planned when she was on the gram flexing for all the wrong reasons. I love this show. I don't know why. Listen, I started watching it and I was kind of like, it's okay. And then each episode, it just progressively got better. And now I'm all in with the characters. I'm rooting for them, and I know it's kind of loosely based on the City Girls, and I think that's dope because I'm a big fan of the City Girls. So I want to know how. I would like to know how they came up, until we get a documentary, this is the closest thing we're gonna get to now. I think our main characters do a hell of a job. At first, I used to like Mia more, but now I'm leaning more so towards Shauna. Because she acting ratchet as hell, and I love it. We see that Mia is getting slandered for what happened at the Spotify mixer where she slapped that old girl. As we know that some guy was there, he was dramatic. Come to find out, this guy is a reactor. His name is Ronnie Reacts, and he's been slaying Mia on his Instagram. And all the comments are coming for her, and it's causing her to be in a deep depression. And at first, I'm like, well, why is she letting this get to her? But, she's somebody who lives on social media, so of course this will get to her, And it's affecting her. She's snapping at her kids. She's going to her mom for help, and nothing seems to be working. She tries to FaceTime Shauna to no avail. They keep missing each other. Actually, Shauna FaceTimed her as well. She didn't answer because she was going through one of her depression modes, or maybe she put her phone on airplane mode at the time. They just kept missing each other. Shauna is still reeling from the events that took place with Cliff, but she's acting like it's not bothering her, but we know it is. We see that she gets a FaceTime from Jill and BB, and they trying to see what's up with her, and she acts like she's fine. But we know she isn't because she ditches work and she decides to go hang with my boy Maurice, who I really like. He a player. He remind me of younger me. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not like that no more, but he remind me of if that was me, that I would have been all over. It would have been the same thing. So she decides to ditch him to go to the beach, and this is the good thing about Miami, man. I was talking to a friend of mine, my nigga Dame, earlier, and I was just like, listen, if you lived in Miami, I said, I don't understand how Miami has crime. If you woke up every day and it was palm trees and beautiful weather out, it's nothing to be mad about. I don't care if you got $1 in your pocket. You can just walk to the beach and look at the water and just be done with it. So she decides to go with Maurice. They go jet skiing. Obviously she's filming everything. And then she just takes over and she decides, she wants to do some stunts, and she winds up losing her phone because she tips the jet ski over. She's depressed about it. They wind up going to a hotel room, and my man Maurice winds up laying the smack down. Yes, he finally got that. And that shower scene, I'm like, yeah, I was rooting for him. I've been rooting for him since the first episode. I'm like, yeah, he gonna get that. We all know what that is. That was if you can't get over them, you got to get under somebody. So Maurice was kind of like the the rebound fuck, and hey, that's a good place to be. I ain't mad at it. At the same time, Lamont goes to see Mia, and the daughter answers the door. So he like, yo, where mommy? And he see Mia's in the bed. and he understands what she's going through. At first, he kind of wasn't understanding why she was letting this get her so upset, but then he winds up realizing he knows what type of girl she is, and he decides to step it up a little bit, and he cooks for her. He gives her a beat. He tells her he's gonna pick the daughter up and drop her up at school tomorrow, just to give her somewhat a break. Cause we learned that Mia has been doing all this stuff. She gets minimum help, and it could be overwhelming. And I get it. She's exploding, and he's telling her, listen, you need somebody to talk to. If it's not me, just get somebody to talk to, whether it be your Shauna or somebody professional. I guess is what he was alluding to. Ronnie still continuing to drag Mia, and Shauna sees this, and she's still sitting out with Lamont or Maurice. I'm saying Lamont. I said Lamont. Maurice, and she they're flirting whatever, and he decides to buy her a new phone. The pussy was that good. He said, I'm buying you a new phone. But anyway, they're out somewhere, and she sees Ronnie bashing her girl, and she goes on live with him, and she completely rips him a new one. Had him afraid that he couldn't say nothing. He was shook. Comments was all like, oh, man, Ronnie, you going out bad. And, she kind of put it like, yo, why you keep bashing her? And she said the funniest shit. Who wear overalls with Hirachis or some shit? She said, dude, that shit had me crying, boy. And at the beginning, when he highlighted, he said, look at these Mary J. Blige boots. You should know from these Mary J. Blige boots, she was going to be a problem. Yo, it's the little shit like that make a show, man. That little attention to detail was just makes shows, man. It's the little shit like that just could make a whole show. You're like, yo, this shit is fucking hilarious right here. We see that Deja and Chastity are riding around. Deja's obviously trying to tell Chastity that the girls aren't worth it. They're broke. They're not loyal. Chastity actually believes in them still, and she decides to make a deal where her girls could go to this mansion and get some money, but she wants to have the girls perform there as well because it's just going to be like a big industry fuck fest type of deal, and it'll look good. It'll be a good look for them. So she winds up making that play. At the end, they all meet up. We see that Mia was inspired by Shauna's act of courage, and by defending her, she comes up with a song. And when I first heard it, I said, this is Trina. Like, what the fuck? Like, what's she about to do to this? You can't touch. I don't know. I just be like, yo, sometimes you can't touch the classics. But as we see what music is that's all they doing is touching the classics. Everybody's taking the Puff Daddy formula and just running with it. So I wasn't expecting the beat flip, but I was glad when it did. And when she rapped it, I said, oh, that's dope. I was like, okay, this is dope. The first song they did that popped, I didn't really like that. I'm going to be honest with you. I was like, this one kind of corny, but I get it. It's for the show. But that one, I was like, yeah, that one hit. I ain't going to lie. So as she does that, Shauna hears it, and they wind up coming with it together. And I'm a fan of the back and forth rap. And the chemistry between these two actresses is A1, It's kind of cringeworthy sometimes with Shauna when she's trying to say certain things, but it's meant to be that way because obviously she's not, I'm not going to say she's not a hood girl, but she doesn't talk like that. She knows how to talk proper, but she's trying to fit in. So I think they do that on purpose and make her intentionally cringe with certain things. But all in all, good episode. We see at the end they all meet at the dinner table. Chastity brings them lunch or dinner, and they all chopping it up, and she tells them she got the show, and she's like, listen, if you get this show, you can be our manager. And they talking about, well, I need this, and this, that. And she goes to text my boy Maurice again, like, yo, I need a play. And lo and behold, as she's texting, her bitch-ass ex-boyfriend texts, oh, yeah, you were right about Fatima the whole time, or some shit he wrote. And it goes off like that. And mind you, the whole episode, he's been texting her, and she's just been ignoring him. And he's just being extra light-skinned and just, completely bothering her. And I'm like, dude, you can't come back from that. You went extra light-skinned, ultra light-skinned, Ultra Saiyan and just completely not only embarrass her, you embarrass yourself more, dude. You had like bitch nigga energy. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a wrap, bro. But that's his last ace in the hole. He sees she's still having fun, enjoying her life, and that's all that is a ploy to make her jealous or make him call. I already know what that play is. And it's probably true. He probably was fucking with her, but for him to tell her, that's just I'm gonna make you mad because I ain't got no other resort. Anyway, post your comments below. Let me know what you guys thought about this episode. I thought it was good. Can't wait to see what happens next week. It's only 2 more episodes left. I can't believe it. As always, peace, love, and prosperity. Go to prayforbuffalo.com if you need merch. You could go to theblackabstract.com if you want to see any and everything that I'm involved in, from music to clothing to prostitution. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, hit me up. Peace.